Oh yes, the court of the cosmos is in session! The great cosmic courtroom was silent. It was a vast space, shimmering with stardust. Nebulae swirled like colorful curtains in the distance. Galaxies glittered like far-off cities, their lights twinkling. Today was a very important day. A trial was about to begin. The solar system trials, all the planets were here. They waited. Some looked nervous and some looked bold. Suddenly a hush fell. A brilliant streak of light entered. It was Judge Halley. Judge Halley was a famous comet. He had a long, icy tail. His tail sparkled with ancient wisdom. He had seen the solar system many times. He floated to the great obsidian bench. The bench was carved from a giant asteroid. Judge Halley settled himself. He looked very stern, but his eyes were kind. The courtroom was filled with celestial bodies. Asteroids and meteoroids were the jury. They floated in a special box, watching carefully. Moons of all sizes acted as bailiffs. They kept order with gentle, gravitational nudges. Judge Halley tapped his gavel. It was a small, dense neutron star fragment. Oh yes, he announced. The court of the cosmos is now in session. First to speak was the sun. The sun was the heart of the solar system. He shone brightly in the center of the courtroom. His light was warm, but today it seemed a little dimmer. He looked worried. He was the one who held them all together. He gave them light and warmth. He wanted his family of planets to be happy. Your Honor, Judge Halley, the sun began. His voice was a gentle rumble, like a solar flare in the distance. I am not here to point fingers. I love all my planets. Each one is special, each one is unique, but lately, there has been disharmony. There have been grumbles. There have been misunderstandings, little things perhaps. But little things can grow into big problems if we do not talk about them. I feel this in my very core. The sun continued. Some say others are too hot, or too cold, or too messy, or too bossy. These whispers travel through space. They create friction. They disturb the beautiful dance we all perform together. First up were the inner planets. Mercury was called. Mercury zipped forward. He was small and gray. He moved very fast. Mercury! Boomed a voice. It was a grumpy Kuiper Belt object acting as prosecutor. You are accused of being too extreme. Your days are scorching hot, your nights are freezing cold, you make it hard for anyone to visit. You also orbit so fast you make everyone dizzy. What do you say to these charges, little planet? Mercury stopped his zipping. He looked at Judge Halley. Your Honor, he said, his voice surprisingly steady. It is true, I am a planet of extremes. My sunny side can reach 800 degrees Fahrenheit. That is hot enough to melt lead. My dark side plummets to minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. The jury gasped. Then it was Earth's turn. Earth looked beautiful. Blue oceans swirled, white clouds drifted, green and brown lands showed, but Earth also looked a little embarrassed. Earth, the prosecutor announced, his voice stern. You are accused of being a noisy neighbor. You send out strange signals, radio waves, television waves. You also create a lot of space junk, old satellites, bits of rockets. And what about all that light pollution? It's hard for us astronomers to see the stars. Earth took a deep breath. A gentle breeze seemed to emanate from it. Your Honor, Judge Halley, Earth began, its voice a chorus of rustling leaves and lapping waves. It is true my inhabitants are curious, and sometimes messy. Earth showed a picture of a bustling city at night. They create light, they send out signals, they are trying to communicate, they are trying to learn. They are young, in cosmic terms, they are still figuring things out. They call me the Goldilocks planet because I'm not too hot, not too cold, but just right for life. My inhabitants are also responsible for the space debris, Earth admitted, looking downcast for a moment. They are working on ways to clean it up. They are learning to be better caretakers. But please also see the wonder they create. Section 5. Mars in the dock. The case of the rusty rover runner. Next, Mars rolled into the spotlight. It was a dusty red planet. It looked a bit lonely. Several small rovers, its companions, beeped softly beside it. Mars, the prosecutor called out. You are accused of being a planetary tease. You show signs of ancient rivers. You hint at past life, but now, you are dry. You are dusty. You have planet-wide dust storms that cover everything. And you are hoarding all that water ice at your poles. Why so secretive? Why so forbidding? Mars's voice was a dry whisper, like wind blowing over sand dunes. Your Honor, Judge Halley, it began. It is true, I am a dusty planet. My red color comes from iron oxide, rust essentially, and yes, I have colossal dust storms. They can last for weeks. They can cover my entire surface. It makes things difficult for my little rover friends here. The rovers beeped in agreement, but this dust holds secrets of my past. A past when liquid water flowed freely on my surface. I am not trying to be a tease, Mars continued, a faint image of ancient riverbeds shimmering above it. I am a record of what can happen to a planet. Section 6. Jupiter. Before the bench gentle giant or gravitational menace. Jupiter, the largest planet, floated majestically forward. Its colorful bands and great red spot were clear to see. It was truly enormous. Many of its moons trailed behind it like a royal entourage. Jupiter! The prosecutor's voice boomed, trying to match the planet's scale. You are accused of being a gravitational bully. Your immense gravity well flings asteroids around. Some towards the inner planets. You disrupt orbits. You are simply too big, too powerful. Are you a protector or a menace? Jupiter's voice was a deep, resonant hum. It sounded like distant thunder. Your Honor, Judge Halley, Jupiter began. I am indeed large. I am a gas giant. I am more than twice as massive as all the other planets in the solar system combined. My great red spot is a storm. It has been raging for centuries. It is bigger than Earth itself. The jury of asteroids shivered slightly. My gravity is strong, that is true. It is a fundamental part of who I am. Section 7. Saturn's spectacle rings of responsibility. Saturn glided gracefully into view. Its magnificent rings shimmered. They were breathtaking. Ice particles and rocky bits danced in the sunlight. Saturn itself was a pale yellow gas giant. It looked serene and beautiful. Saturn! The prosecutor exclaimed, momentarily distracted by the rings. Ahem, Saturn! Your rings are undeniably beautiful, but are they not also a hazard? All those bits of ice and rock. What if they break free? What if they become projectiles? Are you responsible for this beautiful yet potentially dangerous debris field? Saturn's voice was like soft, tinkling music, like wind chimes made of ice. Your Honor, Judge Halley, Saturn began, my rings are my most famous feature. They stretch out for thousands of miles, yet they are incredibly thin. In most places, only about 30 feet thick. They are made mostly of water ice particles. Some are as small as dust, some are as large as houses. The courtroom gazed in wonder at the spectacle. They are indeed a marvel to behold. These rings are not a random collection of debris, Saturn explained gently. They are in a stable orbit around me. Section 8. The outer limits, Uranus and Neptune's peculiar positions. Next, Uranus and Neptune, the ice giants, were called together. Uranus, a pale blue-green sphere, rolled in on its side. It looked quite unusual. Neptune, a deeper blue planet, followed, with faint wispy clouds visible. Uranus! The prosecutor started, looking a bit puzzled. Why are you lying on your side? You orbit the sun like a rolling ball. It's just odd. It makes your seasons incredibly long and extreme. Are you trying to be difficult, or just different for the sake of it? Uranus's voice was cool and distant, like a faint whisper from the edge of the solar system. Your Honor, Judge Halley, Uranus replied. It is true. I have a unique tilt. My axis is tilted by about 98 degrees, so I do orbit on my side. Scientists believe a giant object may have collided with me long ago. It knocked me over. Uranus showed a simulation of a large impact. My seasons are extreme. Each pole gets 42 Earth years of continuous sunlight followed by 42 years of darkness. It is a different way to experience the sun's light. I'm an ice giant, Uranus continued. My atmosphere is mostly hydrogen and helium with some methane. The methane gives me my blue-green color. I also have faint rings. Section 9. Judge Halley's Final Decree. A cosmic chorus of coexistence. Judge Halley's comet listened patiently to all the planets. His long tail shimmered thoughtfully. The courtroom was quiet. Everyone waited for his decision. The asteroids in the jury box floated, their surfaces reflecting the starlight. The sun watched with hopeful anticipation. The planets stood respectfully. They had all had their say. They had shared their truths. They had revealed their unique characters and the reasons behind their behaviors. The tension was thick, yet it was a tension mixed with new understanding. Judge Halley finally spoke. His voice was clear and resonated with ancient wisdom. This court has heard many things today, he began. Accusations have been made, defenses have been offered. We have learned about scorching heat and freezing cold, about crushing pressures and wild winds. We have heard of dust storms and space debris. We have seen great beauty and great power. He looked at each planet in turn. Each of you is different. Each of you has challenges. Each of you has wonders. Judge Halley paused, his light glowing warmly. There is no perfect planet, there is no wrong way to be a planet.